Hey everyone, welcome to this video. First of all, thank you guys so much for watching my college reactions video. I'm kind of shy that so many people have seen that. I'm really glad to be able to resonate with so many people, and thank you guys for the kind comments. And thank you for reminding me that I leaked my passwords and my address. Okay, so as requested, here's my stats video. I'm actually studying at Boston University right now, and I plan to double major in economics and political science. Let's just jump right into my stats. But first of all, some context. I come from Taipei, Taiwan, and I went to a small private institution with approximately 40 people in our grade. In terms of ranking, I graduated as number 1, so I was valedictorian, but we had a small class. We did the International Baccalaureate, which is the IB program, and I got a predicted grade of 42 out of 45. And for my IB scores, let me break that down a little bit. I did 4 higher level courses: English A, Language and Literature, HL, and then I received a 6. Chinese A, Language and Literature, HL, I received a 7. So yes, I did double A HL. I was the first one in our school to do it. Definitely really challenging, and I suffered a lot from it. However, it's really useful for me now because in one of my courses I have to write 1 essay per week. I also did history of Asia and Oceania higher level. I received a 6, and then I also did mathematics, analysis and interpretation higher level, and I also received a 6. But I thought I would get a 7, so I was not really happy with that. Anyways, and for my standard level, I did physics and I received a 7, and then I also did business management. I wanted to do HL, but they wouldn't let me, so I could only do standard level, but I also listened to higher level stuff, and I also received a 7. Yeah, and then for my extended essay, I received an A. I'm actually really proud of that because I did it without help from any economics teacher. I did it with my favorite history teacher, Mr. Hawking. Love. My title was Evaluating the Impact of U.S. Tariffs on Taiwan's Semiconductor Exports, a study of interdependence from 2019 to 2023. It's basically a 4,000-word required analysis on the U.S.-China trade war and its impact on Taiwan's semiconductor industry, which explored the bystander effects due to tariffs and other government interventions. And then for TOK, I also received an A. Basically, it's like a how do we know what we know is true and stuff, like a philosophical course. And then for my SAT, I took 4 times. So don't be embarrassed if you took it like 3 times or 4 times or 5 times. Take as much as you need. I started with like a 1350 or something. Like, it was not a good score. And in the end, I got a 1540, so 780 on my math section and 760 on the English reading and writing section. Moving on to GPA, so our school did not really do GPA, so I just put NA on all my sections that required the GPA, but if I had to calculate it, it would have been something like a 3.7. It was not a good GPA. Okay, so done with basic stats. Let's move on to the actual application details. Okay, let's start with my personal statement. The question that I wrote was, reflect on a time when you question or challenge a belief or idea. What prompted your thinking? What was the outcome? So basically, I talked about an event that occurred when I was student government president, where I sort of advocated for a student who did something wrong. However, he had his family reasons and financial reasons, and I connected that with a cultural tradition that we do in Taiwan called joss paper. So burning joss paper, it's basically just setting cash on fire for our ancestors, but fake cash, of course. Basically explained how on the surface this tradition may seem meaningless and even wasteful. However, at its core, it's a communal gesture, a way of honoring our ancestors and upholding tradition and stuff. And I linked that to how when we address human complexities, we have to look at the reasons behind this person's actions to have a better understanding of why he or she did this, instead of just blindly giving them a penalty or punishment. Yeah, I'll read a little part because I don't want to read the whole part. But then came the case that lit a different fire. Trial. The case seemed simple at first. A student accused of smoking. The teachers leaned in, their faces twisted in disapproval, murmuring words like unacceptable and expulsion. I paused, questioning. Is this his first offense? What was his intention? My voice, like a quivering ember, was quickly smothered. He's just showing off, they said. He wasn't even there to speak for himself. I entered the same community, my footsteps echoing the steady thrum of my anxious heartbeat, but I was no longer just a student, I was an advocate. In a room where 10 gazes bore down on me, I presented my case, demonstrating the need to recognize underlying factors that shaped a person's actions. The air was thick with tension, and then the sound of the gavel echoed. The verdict was given, and then I concluded with some stuff. Okay, moving on. Okay, now let's talk about my Common App activities and honors. So the first activity that I wrote down is student government president. So I was president and, well, I was a club member in 9th grade, and then I became president in 10th grade, and then I was like a consultant for 11th and 12th grade. Basically what I wrote is that I revamped the constitution of student government, so I rewrote the entire thing, and I led our team to organize intellectual, artistic, and sports competitions. We raised 64,000 NTD, and I represented students at the rewards and penalties committee. The second activity that I did that I was leader for 4 years of the World Scholars Cup Club. So basically, World Scholars Cup is an annual international competition with more than 50,000 students from 60 plus countries. So basically, I expanded the club from 0 members to 35 members. I organized weekly debates on global issues, and I coached and led many teams to finals at Yale. So basically, you have regional rounds and global rounds, and the final round, which is at Yale University. And I had so much fun at World Scholars Cup. Guys, go watch those videos. I wish I could go back. And the third activity I did was I was a summer legal intern, and I was at Hiiii Law Office. They're one of the top firms. I attended 20 plus hearings and gained insight into procedures. I organized 18 boxes of legal files, ensuring precision, and I got invited back for a second internship. So I wrote that in. I gained so much valuable insight from this internship, and my advice on how to get internships, honestly, is just to get connections. Because, to be honest, who would actually hire a high school student who has 0 experience? So yes, I got it through connections, through friends, parents, and of course, and I'm super grateful that I was given this chance. Number 4, I was the youngest member and a translator volunteer for the Taiwan Innocence Project. So basically, they are a nonprofit dedicated to overturning wrongful convictions and legal reform in Taiwan. So what I did was I translated some critical documents on post-conviction litigation research. Number 5, I was the founder and leader for 5 years of Let's Help Strays, an organization dedicated to helping stray animals in Taiwan. We published 30 plus articles advocating for animal welfare, and we designed products to sell on the streets, which I did with my friend, and generated 16,000 NTD for shelters, and led hands-on volunteer programs for 30 plus members. Number 6, I wrote content creator, film director, and screenwriter for our independent student film group. So basically, I produced 30 plus engaging videos, which is like YouTube, which I shared my World Scholars Cup experience that gained 35,000 views. And I also directed short films and entered local film festivals with my friends. Number 7 is independent research. So I authored 4 economic papers on trade wars, fertility rates, and population dynamics. So during my junior and senior year, I began to realize my interest in economics. I just decided to start learning econ on my own. Yeah, I basically just Googled a bunch of competitions and try to write essays and submit it to them. Number 8 is I was school leader and representative for a Young Innovator competition, which was the first business startup / entrepreneurship competition for high school students that 6 schools across Taiwan came in and collaborated to create. Number 9 is Model United Nations. I was Deputy Secretary General of Technology, and I was a competitor. I was not that into MUN, honestly, so basically I just wrote that I designed intuitive, visually appealing websites for people. I planned events and mentored 50 plus new delegates tackling global issues, and also one outstanding delegate. Number 10 is varsity sports. So basically, I was on our varsity girls volleyball team, football team, basketball team, swim team, also varsity boys volleyball team. Our school was tiny, so keep that in mind. So varsity is actually not hard to get into. Okay, done with activities, let's move on to honors. If I had to pinpoint where I need to improve the most on, is probably my honors. Honestly, did not do as much competitions as I should have, but let's do it. Number 1, I won commendation for the 2024 University of Cambridge Marshall Society Economics essay. I was super proud of that because I did it on my own without any help. I'll post my essay here. Number 2, I wrote World Scholars Cup Global, first place in Taiwan, finale first place team in East Asia, and I earned 21 medals. Number 3, I wrote National Trampoline High School Championships 2023 to 2024. I won bronze and 4th place. And then number 4, I was first place for a short film competition on phone addiction awareness. So yes, I was into filmmaking for a while. Number 5, I had no idea what to put anymore, so I won 25 top student awards in English, Chinese, history, biology, physics, math, art, and business. And this was just in our school. Yeah, that's it. Before I end this video, a lot of people have been asking me about the Notion template that I'm using. The template is in the description box if you want it. I'm just gonna give you guys a little tour. So basically, here we have my list of universities. So just please put your own universities and change the photo. And if you don't know how to change it, you basically just press on this thing and then you press change cover and then you upload your own image. Okay, so how do we use this? Here we have status, and if you finished it or if you're in progress, you just press in progress. And for example, Harvard, and then you can press done. And if you tap this applications, you can see the circle that tells you, oh, you have 15 more to do, and one is in progress and one is done. And then once you get your results back, you can change it to accepted, or here we could do waitlisted. And then when you go to this results tab, you can see how you're waiting for 14, one is waitlisted, one is rejected, and one is accepted. Yep, and this is just like the table view. And also down here you can put your essays. Just press new page and add the essay title, and also record your status, like the ones that are done. Yeah. Good luck with applications. I want to close this video by saying thank you guys so much for watching this video and also my last video. I hope this was helpful for you in terms of your college applications, and if you're a senior applying for colleges this season, you got this. I know it's going to be stressful. You're going to stress. Just don't stress too much and focus on the things that are important right now. So if you have your IB tests or AP tests, also work on those. And no matter where you go, you're gonna live the best life out of it. I'm currently having a lot of fun at Boston University. So stay tuned for the videos that will be coming up after this, because I had the best summer of my life. I went to a bunch of places and I also made a bunch of videos about them. So stay tuned for those, and bye. And you're watching this video and you have things that and you're procrastinating, go do your work now and then come back to watch my other videos. Yeah, study, go write your applications. Bye.